friendos, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we will be doing a 2 looks 1 palette tutorial? Hangout session? I don't know. We're gonna be doing 2 looks with the Blood Money palette from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. Now, you guys know this is one of my absolute favorite Jeffree Star Cosmetics palettes because it's loaded with greens. Without further ado, let's just get into it. Friendos, just stay tuned. Okay guys, so we're filming on 2 different days. So if this video ends up looking a little weird, that's why. You know what? Before I get into this, I'm going to set my eyes. So let's try out something different. Let's try the House Labs as a base. This is in the shade White Onyx, and we'll just see how this does. So I just dabbed a little bit on my eyelids. Again, this isn't the most pigmented white shade I've ever used, but I do think it could be an okay base. So that's what we're gonna try out today, at least. Having a slightly white base will make your colors pop a little bit more. So the whiter, usually the better when it comes to bases. All right, so got that on and blended out. I will need to go back and do my eyebrows here before we get done, because they've been on all day and they're coming off. All right, friendos, we will start out today with Crocodile Tears, this dark teal here in the corner. And I am going to go directly into my crease. This will be the darkest shade that I use today. And I am using a mini booster from, what is this? From Sonia G. All right, next up, we are going to go in with the shade Chameleon Fetish, which sounds completely disgusting. And it's this nice, bright lime green shade. I'm going in with my crappy Anastasia Beverly Hills brush. And I'm going right over top of where I just put down that first color. Since this brush is fluffier, I'll get the color everywhere I want it to be. All right, now it's time to do some carving. I'm going to trust King Lord Jeffree to carve out my eyes today using his Magic Wand concealer. And now, friendos, we'll go in with Poison Ivy, seen right here. I'm going to use my NJC E09. This is one of those palettes where you don't need a whole lot of colors to make really bold, gorgeous looks. I honestly feel like I could do probably 5 or 6 different looks just based around this palette. All of them green, but all of them very distinct. So if you love greens, you guys don't want to miss out on this palette, I'm telling you. Okay, so off camera, I'm going to do my other eye, apply eyeliner, and fix my eyebrows. And I'll be right back to you guys. See you in just a sec. All right, friendos, I'm back. I'm going to go in with the Jaclyn lip liner in the shade Macaron. Okay, so we're going in with Hourglass Velvet Story in the shade Hint. Next, I'm going in with the Dim Infusion Lighting Blush. This is, of course, from Hourglass. Now, this one is not too pigmented, which is what I'm going for. Since my eyeshadow is kind of extreme, I just want to go light on everything else. And friendos, that's my first look. I'll see you in just a few minutes, and we will, well, it'll just feel like seconds to you. No time at all. And we'll start the second look. See you then. So friendos, let's get into that second look. Let's start out with Mint Condition. The very soft mint shade. I'm going in with my Sephora crease brush. And I'm really hoping to get a more blown out look than what we did for our first look. I also started by putting down my P. Louise base today instead of House Labs. Yeah, those were not meant to be bases, and you could definitely tell that from my last look. And I'm just going in big fluffy circles with a big fluffy brush. Next up, we'll go in with this murky green shade called Equity, and I'm going in on my Sigma, all right, E35. Yay! We're gonna trace right over that, well, a little bit under that. So I'm not going as crazy with my circular motions now, and I've placed this a little bit lower down on my eyelid. Now I'm gonna wipe off this brush, and I'm going to go in with Chameleon Fetish. We used that in the last look, but I can't stop myself today. And this right here is just gonna go into and right above my crease. Just going back and forth, make a nice little windshield wiper motions. And now we're going to go in with Jaded. This is the more hunter green version of a teal. So going in with my Morphe M506 and placing that on the outer corner. And then I'm bringing some of that down. Now, friendos, I'm going to go back over everything that I just did and deepen up those tones a little bit more. And now, friendos, it's time for the fun and easy part. We're going to go in with the shade Money Heist. Now, this shade I'm going to swatch for you guys because it does look a little bit different from how it can in the pan. This is multi-chromatic. You're going to have reflex of green, gold, pink. Check that out. And then when you have a matte base underneath, it really comes to life. So I'm going to do that on the majority of my eye. And then in the center, we're going to go in with the whitish green shade, which is Divine Intervention. So I'll go ahead and swatch that for you guys too. So this is what's going in the inner corner in just a minute. Let's get into it. So on a Natasha Denona, number 11, I'm going to go ahead and spray this. And I'm just going to build this up a little bit at a time. Then on my NJC E10, we're going to go in with that whitish green shade. I'm going to go ahead and spray that. And you guys can tell this is blinding. So I'm going to go over that, at least partially, with Money Heist once more. I'm making sure to do stamping motions because I don't want to lift up anything that I already put down. It's not likely to do that, but just in case. These are pretty high quality shadows, so you don't have to baby them as much as you do some other formulas. Okay, so I'm going to go do my other eye off camera and I'll be right back to you guys. Okay, friendos, it's time to finish everything up. What do you guys think so far? So let's go in with a ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade Bossy. Yeah, that sounds like me. This thing like sunk while I was using it. Did you guys see that? It just like, it didn't break, it just sunk. All right, my sister fixed it. We'll see. I'm gonna go in really lightly. All right, she held it upside down. That's how she fixed it. Next, I'm going to go in with Hourglass Opaque Rouge in Raven. Okay, next I have some baby pink blush. This was from the brand Flesh, and I miss it. And guys, I suppose we shall call it there. What do you guys think of this whole finish look? Kind of Poison Ivy-ish, right? With the red lips and all the green going on. You guys know green eyeshadow is one of my absolute favorite colors of eyeshadow, so it's no surprise that this is one of my absolute favorites from Jeffree Star Cosmetics. If you haven't picked this up, there's a deal going on right now. I think you can get pretty much every monochromatic palette that he's released in the last few years for $168. I hope that deal is still going on. You guys can go check it out if you want to. It should be up on his site. So I want to conclude today's video by thanking our sponsor, Jeffree Star Cosmetics. No, I'm kidding. I'm totally kidding, you guys. The only sponsor is my sister, who buys like, I don't know, half of my makeup. Again, friendos, I'm telling you, you can get so many different looks just using this palette, and you really don't have to work with a whole lot of shades to get really beautiful, unforgettable green looks. I really hope that you did enjoy spending time here with me today. Thank you all so much for clicking on the video and supporting me as always. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe if you have not done so already. Because if not, we'll both have to go on living, never knowing what could have been. Okay, guys, have a phenomenal rest of your day. Bye.